Today we are going to reread Animals in Spring, and yesterday we focused on characters and setting, right? We talked about who the characters were, who the story was about. What was the story about? Who remembers the characters? Animals, very good. Our characters are animals. Now, our setting, we said it was outside, but it was during a specific season. What season was our story taking place in? Spring, excellent, because the title is called Animals in Spring. So today we're going to reread it, and then we're going to put the events in order. Talk about what happened first, then what happened next, what happened after, and then we're going to answer some questions about the story. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started and read Animals in Spring. Our author is Jenny Fretlin Van Brust. She's the one who wrote the book. Now remember, there's no illustrator because the pictures are real because this is a nonfiction story. All right. Life is good. A groundhog leaves his burrow. Is it time? Yes, winter is over. So groundhogs stay underground in a burrow all winter, and when it's springtime, they come out of the ground. A turtle crawls out of the water. He spent all winter on the lake bottom. Now it is time to eat. So similar, a turtle will stay at the bottom of a lake all winter, and then when it's springtime, he'll come up out of the water, and it's time for him to go eat because he's hungry. Birds chatter in the trees. They are back from the south. It is time to find a mate. So during the winter time, birds will fly south. We call that migration. They migrate down south to where it's warmer, because they can't survive in the cold weather, like in Chicago where it's really cold. So they fly down maybe to Mexico where it's a lot warmer, and then they'll come back in the springtime when it's getting warm again. That's why now that it's springtime, you hear the birds chirping more than you would in the wintertime. Baby animals are being born. On the farm, a lamb learns to walk. In the forest, a bear cub learns to climb. A frog lays her eggs in a pond. Soon the eggs will be tadpoles. Then they will be frogs. We're going to talk about the life cycle of a frog later today. There is so much to eat. Grass and berries, fish and worms. Now that all the animals are back during the springtime, they can eat. Life is good. It is spring. Okay, so we're going to talk about put the orders of events in the correct order. So, what was the very first thing that we talked about in this book that we read about? All right, I'm going to give you two choices. Did we first look at the pictures to help you. Did we first talk about how a turtle crawls out of the water, or that a groundhog leaves his burrow? What was the very first thing that we talked about or that we saw in the book? Very good. The groundhog left his burrow. So that was the very first event in our story. Then what happened after that? If we look at the picture, what happened after that? Yes, very good. Now a turtle crawls out of the water. Excellent. All right, then let's go to the next page. What happened after that? Did we talk about how baby animals are being born, or how birds chatter in the trees? Which did we see on the next page? Excellent. The birds started chattering. Excellent. Very good listening skills, my friends. Then, what were we talking about on the next pages? Yes, now we were talking about how the baby animals are being born and learning new things. What were some of the new things that the animals were learning in the book? What was this lamb learning how to do? Learning how to walk. Good. And what was the bear cub learning how to do? Climb. Excellent. I'm so glad you guys were listening. Okay, then what was this part about? What was this bunny doing? All right, what are all these animals doing? Excellent. They're eating different things. The animals like to eat different things. And then the last page finally told us what season it was. What season is it? Spring. Awesome. Very good. So we just put the events of the story in order. So we first had the groundhog leaves his burrow, and then a turtle crawls out of the water. After that, the birds chatter in the trees. Then the baby animals are being born and learning new things. After that, the animals like to eat different things. And lastly, we talked about how it is springtime. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to answer some questions about the story, okay? And we'll use the pictures to help us if we need them. All right, so the first question. What lives in a burrow? So what lived in the burrow? The groundhog or the bird? The groundhog or the bird? Yes, the groundhog lived in the burrow. Great job. What season comes after winter? So you guys just told me that it's what season? Is it spring or fall? Spring. Awesome job. Where do turtles spend all winter? So remember, where was the turtle? Was he in the lake or was he on the beach? Right? So where did he sleep at the bottom of? Bottom of the lake or bottom of the beach? The lake. Very good. In the wintertime, he goes to the bottom of the lake to sleep. Good. Which animals chatter in the trees? What animal chatters in the trees? The bunnies or the birds? The birds. You guys are doing so good. Very proud of you. Which animal can climb up a tree? Who remembers what animal was climbing up a tree? Let's see if you can do it without the picture. Was it a fawn or a bear cub? It was the bear cub. So good. Where do frogs lay their eggs? Who remembers that? Where did they lay their eggs? In the grass or in the pond? In the pond. Very good. What do frog eggs grow into first? So they don't grow straight into a frog. Are they first a tadpole or a chick? Tadpole. Very good. We should know that from 999 tadpoles. What do tadpoles grow into? So they go from an egg to a tadpole to a frog or a bird? A frog. Excellent. What do bunnies like to eat? What was this bunny eating in the picture? Is he eating a tadpole or grass? Grass. Very good. What kind of animals are born in nests? So this one wasn't exactly in the story, so let's just try and think about it. What kind of animals are born in nests? Would it be birds or horses? Birds. Very good. A nest in a tree. All done. Excellent job. So tomorrow we will read the story for the last time and then we'll answer our yes/no questions. Excellent job, friends.